I was reviewing the final contract when I noticed my name had been removed from the deal. My name is Harper. I'm an account executive at a SaaS startup. I've been here 2 years. I work in enterprise sales. My manager's name is Todd. He's the sales director. We'd been working on this deal for 6 months, a manufacturing software contract. Annual value, $450,000. I'd led the entire sales cycle. Initial outreach, discovery calls, product demos, proposal development, negotiations. The client contact was named James. He was the VP of operations. I'd built a relationship with him over 6 months. Weekly calls, site visits, technical reviews. I'd sent Todd the final contract yesterday for review. It listed me as the primary account executive. My name was in the signature block. The commission structure was clear. 8% of annual contract value. $36,000. Todd had just sent the contract back. He'd made edits. I opened the document. I scrolled to the signature block. My name was gone. Todd's name was listed as the primary account executive. The internal commission allocation had been changed. Todd, 100%. Me, 0. I scrolled to the revision history. The changes had been made this morning. By Todd. I checked my email. There was a message from Todd, sent 10 minutes ago. Subject line, contract finalized. Harper, I finalized the contract with the client. I'm handling the close from here. Focus on your other pipeline opportunities. I opened my client correspondence folder. I pulled up my email thread with James. 43 emails over 6 months, all with my address. Todd wasn't CC'd on any of them. I also had calendar records, 17 meetings with James, all scheduled by me. Todd had attended 2. I closed the files. I didn't reply to Todd's email. I didn't call him. I didn't ask why my name had been removed. I just waited. 2 hours later, I received an email from Todd. It was forwarded from James. James had written to Todd, I received the final contract. I noticed Harper isn't listed as the account executive. Can you clarify? I've been working with Harper exclusively on this project. Todd's response, we've restructured the account management. I'll be your primary contact moving forward. Harper will support other accounts. This ensures direct access to senior leadership. I saved both emails to my personal drive. I didn't reply. I didn't contact James. 3 hours later, James emailed me directly. Todd wasn't copied. Harper, I received the final contract from Todd. Your name has been removed as the account executive. I'm confused. You've been leading this project from the beginning. Can you help me understand what's happening? I read the email twice. I could tell James what Todd had done. I could explain that my name had been removed without my knowledge. I could point out the commission theft. But I didn't need to. I replied with 3 sentences. James, I'm no longer assigned to your account. Todd will be handling the contract from here. Please direct any questions to him. I didn't elaborate. I didn't complain. James replied 15 minutes later. That doesn't make sense. You've managed this entire process. You understand our operations. You built the implementation plan. I'd like to discuss this. Can we schedule a call? I didn't respond. That evening, I reviewed my documentation. 6 months of work. Initial outreach, my name only. Discovery calls, 17 pages of notes, all written by me. Todd attended 2 of 12 calls. Product demos, 4 sessions, all led by me. Proposal development, 3 iterations, all drafted by me. Negotiations, 8 weeks, all correspondence between me and James. I had every email, every meeting note, every proposal draft. I also knew something else. James had mentioned during our second call that his company's procurement process required documenting all vendor interactions. They tracked who they spoke with and when. If James checked his records, he'd see that every interaction had been with me. I saved everything to a USB drive. The next morning, Todd stopped by my desk. "Did you see my email yesterday?" "Yes." "The client is asking questions about the transition. I need you to send James a note confirming you support the change." "I already responded to James. I told him you're handling the account." "I need you to be more supportive. Tell him you're confident in the transition." I looked at him. "I told him to direct his questions to you. That's accurate." "This is a critical deal. I need you to help close it." "You removed my name from the contract. You told me to focus on other opportunities. I'm doing that." He leaned against my desk. "This is a strategic decision. The client needs senior leadership involvement. It's not personal." "Understood. So you'll send the note?" "I already told James you're handling the account. There's nothing else to add." He walked away. That afternoon, James sent another email. This one went to Todd and CC'd me. "Todd, I've reviewed our internal records. Over 6 months, we've had 23 documented interactions related to this project. 21 were with Harper. 2 were with you. Harper led all demonstrations, developed our implementation roadmap, and negotiated pricing. I'm not comfortable proceeding with a contract that doesn't reflect her involvement. Please revise the signature block to include Harper as primary account executive, or let's schedule a call to discuss." I saved the email. Todd replied within minutes. "James, I understand your concern. Harper did excellent pre-sale work. However, for contracts of this size, our policy requires director-level oversight for ongoing account management. This ensures continuity and executive escalation. Harper will remain involved in implementation support." James replied 2 hours later. "I appreciate the explanation, but I'd like to speak with Harper directly before we finalize. Can you arrange a call for tomorrow?" Todd came to my desk 5 minutes later. "James wants to talk tomorrow, 10 a.m. You, me, and James." "Okay." "I need you to reassure him this transition makes sense. Emphasize the benefits of director-level support." "What would you like me to say?" "Tell him you're comfortable with the change. Tell him I'm fully briefed and capable of managing the account." "Are you fully briefed on their operational requirements, their integration timeline, their technical specifications?" He paused. "You'll be supporting implementation. I'll handle the account relationship." "Understood." The next day at 10, I joined the video call. Todd was already on. James joined a minute later. Todd started. "James, thanks for making time. Harper and I wanted to address your questions about the account structure." James looked at me. "Harper, can you help me understand what's happening? I received a contract with your name removed. Todd mentioned this as policy, but I've never encountered this with other vendors." I paused. The contract was revised to list Todd as the primary account executive. Were you aware of this change before it was made? I looked at Todd, then back at James. I learned about it when Todd sent me the revised contract. James leaned forward. "So you weren't consulted?" "No." Todd interrupted. "James, as I mentioned, this is standard for enterprise contracts. Harper did great work on the pre-sale. Now we're transitioning to account management." James kept his eyes on me. "Harper, are you comfortable with this arrangement?" I thought carefully. Todd will be managing the account going forward. That's not what I asked. Are you comfortable with it? I didn't respond immediately. I've documented all technical requirements and implementation details. They're available for the transition. James nodded slowly. I see. He looked at Todd. I need time to review this internally. We have procurement policies about vendor consistency. I'll need to confirm that removing the primary contact mid-process doesn't violate our procedures. Todd sat up straighter. James, I assure you there's no issue with continuity. I'm sure, but I need to verify our policies. I'll follow up by end of week. The call ended. Todd looked at me. What was that? What? You didn't support the transition. You made it sound like I blindsided you. You asked if I was comfortable. I didn't answer. That's the same as saying no. I answered his questions truthfully. You just cost me this deal. He ended the call. 2 days later, James emailed me directly. Todd wasn't copied. Harper, I've reviewed our procurement policies. We require vendor consistency throughout the sales process. Changing the primary contact at contracting requires internal approval and formal justification. I don't have that. I'd like to proceed with the original contract structure listing you as account executive. Can you send me that version? I opened my files. I had the original contract. I could send it to James. I could explain what Todd had done. But I didn't need to. I replied to James. I'm no longer assigned to your account. Todd has authority to finalize the contract structure. Please work with him on any revisions. James replied an hour later. Understood. I'll reach out to Todd. 30 minutes later, Todd came to my desk. James is refusing to sign unless you're listed as the account executive. Okay. I need you to tell him you're fine with my name on the contract. I already told him you're handling the account. That's not enough. He wants you specifically. I looked at him. What would you like me to do? Call James. Tell him you're comfortable with me taking over. Is it normal to remove someone's name from a contract without telling them? He leaned closer. This is a $450,000 deal. Don't sabotage it. I haven't sabotaged anything. I've answered James's questions honestly. Your tone made it clear you're not happy. I haven't told James how I feel. He straightened up. Fine, I'll add your name back. But the commission split is changing. 60-40. I get 60. The original split was 100% to me. I'm the sales director. I oversee the deal. 60-40 is fair. What's the justification? I'm managing the account relationship. You weren't involved in the sales process. I'm involved now. Take it, or I'll tell James the deal is off. I looked at him. The deal is already off. James won't sign without me. You just said that. If you tell him it's off, you lose the contract entirely. He didn't respond. You can restore the original contract with my name and commission. Or you can explain to the CEO why a $450,000 deal fell apart at the finish line. He walked away. An hour later, I received an email from Todd. The original contract was attached. My name was listed as primary account executive. The commission structure was restored. No explanation, no apology. I forwarded it to James. James, please see the attached final contract. James replied 30 minutes later. This looks correct. I'll route it for signature. Should be finalized by end of week. The contract was signed 3 days later. I received the commission 2 weeks after that. $36,000. Then I updated my resume. I'd been considering leaving for months. Todd's behavior confirmed it was time. I reached out to my network. I interviewed at 2 companies. Both made offers. One was a competitor. Same role, 20% higher base salary, better commission structure. I accepted. I gave Todd 2 weeks' notice. He called me into his office. "You're leaving?" "Yes." "Because of the commission issue?" "That was part of it. I gave you the full commission after the client refused to sign without me." "What do you want? A raise?" "I've already accepted another offer." "Where?" "I'd prefer not to say." "Is it a competitor?" "Yes." "You can't take clients. That's in your employment agreement." "I'm aware." I left his office. On my last day, I cleaned out my desk. I left my laptop and badge with HR. As I was walking to my car, my phone rang. It was James. "Harper, I heard you're leaving. Is that true?" "Yes, today is my last day." "Where are you going?" "I've accepted a role at another company." "Can I reach out in a few weeks?" "Of course." "Good. You did excellent work on our project." "Thank you." 3 weeks later, James sent me a LinkedIn message. "Harper, congratulations on the new role. We're expanding our software needs. We're looking for supply chain management tools. Is that something your new company offers?" It was. "Yes, I'd be happy to schedule a call to discuss your requirements." That call led to a proposal. The proposal led to a contract. $600,000 annually. My commission was $48,000. When Todd removed my name from that contract, he'd been confident, dismissive, certain the client would sign regardless of who was listed. He'd been wrong. He'd underestimated how relationships work in enterprise sales. Clients don't buy software. They buy trust. They buy expertise. James hadn't trusted Todd. He'd trusted me. I didn't have to tell James what Todd had done. I didn't have to ask for help. I didn't have to sabotage anything. I just had to stay quiet and let James notice. When James asked if I was comfortable with the change, I didn't lie. I didn't complain. I just didn't support it. That was enough. Todd thought removing my name would steal my commission. Instead, it proved to the client that I'd been the one driving value all along. The client refused to sign without me, and once Todd realized that, his leverage was already gone.